As we have many things to do in today's sessions, we'll start the session. We can't wait for the remaining students to join. It's more than 5 minutes. So what is the distance of point from line? That is the next concern, or the last part of this short chapter, straight line. Though the chapter straight line is very small, but still it carries minimum weightage of one question in every paper of your JEE batch. Okay, so don't ignore the chapter completely. It's a very easy chapter, but there are number of formulas to remember in this chapter. Now, in the last session, we have seen the slope or gradient of the straight line. So what is the slope of straight line? Anyone, if you could saw the recordings of previous session, will get this. What is the slope of straight lines? How many methods are there to find out the slopes? Quickly. If straight line is making angle theta with the positive x-axis, just a positive x-axis you are supposed to consider, then slope is equal to m is equal to tan of theta. Okay. Next one is, if the straight line, the coordinates of 2 points are given, x1, y1 and x2, y2, then what is the slope? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Clear? Okay. And third format of slope is a derivative m is equal to derivative at a point dy by dx at a point x1 y1. So dy by dx at a point x1 y1. This is the third format of slope. Clear? Okay. So there we have a three total different formats of the slopes. Then after the slope of a line when coordinates of any 2 points are given, then equation of lines parallel to axis. Like what is the equation of y-axis? Quickly. And what is the equation of x-axis? That are only straight lines that are representing straight line. Okay, y-axis very good, Kanishka. So y-axis is equal to x is equal to 0. So if I have any line, just pay attention. So I know that my geometry is not that much good, but just manage. So if this is a x-axis, this is a y-axis. I am taking a 4 different lines. First red line that is passing through the point A, and another line I am taking black line that is passing through the point B. So what is that red color line equation? If this is a point B, this is a point A, then for red color line, as it is having x is equal to 0 equation, this one is having x is equal to A. Got it? Clear? Okay. And when the x-axis is having in the similar way, if this axis is having equation y is equal to 0, then this one is y is equal to B. Clear? Clear? So x-axis is y is equal to 0. That's why the line parallel to the x-axis, it may pass through the plus 2, it may pass through the minus 2. So you have to change or mold out your equations in that manner. Clear? Kanishka, am I audible? Cleared? Anil Dev? Okay. So now, various forms of the equations of line, we have a detailed form of this one. So this is a very important part of the last slide, last session, various form of the equation. So first form is the slope point form. Then next one is 2-point form. Then intercept form. After intercept form, we have a fourth one. That is the general form, or first you can take normal form. Parametric form. And one more is missed, actually it is lying in between, just slope point form. slope intercept form. Okay, so these all are the slope equations of the formations of equations of straight line. The patterns where we can form the equations of straight line. These are the patterns. Okay, so we have a different formulas for this. So have you done with the revision of last session? These are the formulas given in the last session. Have we gone through the recording quickly? I want answer for this one in the chat box. What are the forms quickly? One number, two number, three number. Just put your forms and the equations once again. Then we'll discuss something new about general form of straight line. Just write down seventh one, that is the determinant form. Okay, so you can now whenever it will come to the equation of straight line, I'll discuss that forms once again with you. But these are the forms we have discussed in the last session. Okay, so total 7 forms are there for formation of straight line. Okay, and in general, after all solving, what is that straight line looks like, that is known as the general form. Got it? General form and formation of equations by these 7 methods is different thing, but general form is what output of the all solving is the general form. And what is the general form? Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. In general, you all are supposed to do or just solve the straight line equation in this manner, that it will have one x value or x and its coefficient, then y and variable and its coefficient, and c as an intercept, or c which is the independent of variable. So 3 terms are there. Clear? Sometimes it will be 2 if c is 0 or b is 0 or a is 0. Clear? But your general form of the equation is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Now, in short, I'll explain what is the slope point form. So slope intercept form I'll explain first. Y is equal to mx plus c. So if I compare with this value, what is the m value we are getting? Solve these equations for the value. So we are getting slope as minus b by a. Okay. Sorry, slope as minus a by b and y-intercept as c by b. Clear? Clear? These are the things to remember. Revised, recalled. Now these all things are applicable in today's session. Yes or no? Netra, you joined quite late, but this is only a revision slide. I am covering up to the 15 minutes because it is nothing but a half chapter. And you means in the last session, I think there was only Vishnu Priya and Anil Dev. Kanishka, you was there throughout the sessions, right? So no network issues for you, right? So Netra, you was absent, I guess, for last session. So these are the things you to remember. Now go through these formulas one by one after the session in J1 sessions recording. Okay, these are in detailed form of the straight line formation. Now, then what is today's content? Angle between the two straight lines, then distance of any random point from the line, distance between the two parallel lines, then a position of certain point with respect to the another line, then equation of internal and external angle bisectors of the line, foot of perpendicular, image of point with respect to lines, and family of lines. So lots of content with respect to JEE we are supposed to cover today. Okay, so let's start with today's content. Now see, as it is a straight line, it can be expressed in many methods. Okay, but a certain method to express the straight line is either with the pattern of y is equal to mx plus c, or the another pattern is ax plus by plus c, or it is a general form. So either it will be expressed in slope point form, this is, or slope intercept form, this is known as slope intercept form. So we have a two formulas of angle between the line, first in slope intercept form and another is in general form. Clear? So if you see this formula, it is quite matching with. If you are not remembering, not able to understand this formula in terms of inverse, just correct it out in your notebook. That tan theta is equal to, write down this one. This one is quite easy. Mod of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 into m2. If this is flexible for you, you can write down this one. Tan theta is equal to mod of whatever answer, just modulus is applied over that, m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1. Clear? Okay. So isn't it relevant with the tan A plus B formula? In trigonometry, we have seen the tan A plus B formula. Tan A plus tan B upon 1 minus tan A into tan B. Right now? So tan is nothing but the slope. Clear? So tan theta is nothing but m1. If now what is m1, m2? Just understand. If my line is L1, okay. If my this line is L1, then slope of it is represented by m1. Clear? If my another line is L2, then slope of it is represented by m2, and then theta is angle lying between them. Cleared? Yes or no? So now similarly, if the angle between the lines in terms of general equation is asked, you can directly write down tan theta is equal to mod of a2b1 minus a1b1, sorry, a1b2 upon a1a2 plus b1b2. Now quickly tell me that angle between the lines. I'll give the question. One minute. Find the angle between straight lines. Quickly take this question for solving. Find angle between straight lines represented by x minus 4y is equal to 3, and the second one 6x minus y is equal to 11. Do it quickly. Everybody find the angle between the straight lines represented by x minus 4y is equal to 3. Here you will get A1, B1 and C1. Don't forget to compare it very properly. C1, no need of C1 over here, so you can skip that one. And A2, B2 and C2 is in the second line. Clear? Done. Just try to be just do it in 5 minutes more, max to max. It will not require 5 minutes. Answer please. Twenty-three by 10. Okay, now Anil Dev, you just given me calculation of 23 by 10, but now as we are talking about the angle, isn't it must be like tan inverse of 23 by 10? So this is a proper angle, clear? Okay. Now I'll explain the three total methodologies of the same questions. Now how time consuming it is, which one is most flexible for you, you can do it or attempt it in the paper. First one, if you know the slope of, 1 minute, I'll take this question. Okay. See, this is our question. Either you can do it method 1. If you are knowing only the formula that tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2, you don't know the last one, the most complicated formula. You just know this one, mod of m1 into m2. So how you can do it? Solve this equation for y. For y, if I solve, what I get, it is equal with minus x plus 3 upon minus 4 minus 4, right? So it will be equal with y is equal to x by 4 minus 3 by 4, and if I compare with y is equal to mx plus c, I'll get the value of m is equal to 1 by 4. So this is m1. Okay. Similarly, I am able to get m2 is equal to how much? Orally, I am doing just this one, minus 6 upon minus 1. So it is 6x minus y is equal to 11. So isn't it 6 only? So m2 is equal to, we are getting 6. Clear? So this is a one method. Now another method. After that you will put and then calculate, that is okay. Then method 2. I know general form ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, and I am able to get the m slope as equal with minus a by b. Hence m1 is equal to minus a. A is 1 upon minus 4. So that is equal with 1 by 4. And m2 is equal to minus a by b. So it is minus 6 upon minus 1. So it is equal with 6. Clear? And another method is direct formula application, that complicated formula a2 b1 minus b2 a1 upon a2 a1 b2 b1. So, and the third method is direct a1 b1 a2 b2 formula. Okay. So which one is most time reducing for you? You can apply that method. So comfortably method 2 most of the time students prefer, because that is the method where only one formula is has to remember, and even quick with the general solution equation comparison with the slope form. Clear? All the three methodologies of the same questions are clear. Just a stepwise solution. Just try to do these things in a very less time. Okay. Now next is conditions of congruency, that was done in the last PPT only, but I'll just revising it. If I have a three lines, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, and a3x plus b3y plus c3 is equal to 0, then this determinants comes 0. Clear? Okay. A1, A2, A1, A2, A3 in a one column, B1, B2, B3 in a one column, and C1, C2, C3 in a one column. Clear? Okay. So this is just a revision of last part only. Now let's proceed. Up to this is clear? Pranav, am I audible? Just on your camera. Is it cleared? I think so. You joined late, but it must be clear. The straightforward application of angle between the two straight lines is over there. Yes, I want to see a smile or a thumb thumb on screen. Okay. So Netra is smiling. Kanishka is not smiling. Why? Okay. Now, next part. Parallel lines and perpendicular. Now this angles converts everything for parallel, changes everything for parallel lines and perpendicular lines. So for parallel lines, just remember these two conditions. Very important. Slopes are equal. Most of the time you have to use this in a JEE question. Either slopes are equal you have to take, or a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2. And for perpendicular lines, the product of it required in circle also, tangent and normal structure. It requires in circle, tangent and normal structure. What is tangent and normal? If I draw the circle, the point line touching is the tangent. This is the tangent, and the line perpendicular is normal. Clear? So perpendicular lines is product of slope is -1. That is a1, a2 plus b1, b2 is equal to 0. Clear? Okay. Next is point of intersection. Now see, I'll tell you the most preferable method for you, which I apply always, that instead of remembering this complicated structure of point of intersection, you can simply solve the two lines and you will get the point of intersection. Clear? Okay. Solving of two lines will lead you to give the point of intersection. Tell me quickly point of intersection of line x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0 and 2x plus 5 minus 1 is equal to 0. Just tell me the point of intersection of these two lines. See whether you are getting same or not. If you solve two equations, you will get the unknowns x and y, you will get the point of intersections of that lines. Simply the solving of two curves always gives you. Now, if you put this one in this method also, we have a A1. Take a note down a value of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. C2. What is alternative? If you are knowing this formula in your JEE, that is a very happy thing for me. I'll be very happy with that. That you are remembering this formula in your JEE exam. Okay. So take a note down the values of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 and put in this formula. Clear? You will get the same point of intersection. Both methods are clear.
Y will be 1 now, ma'am.
What?
The value of y will be 1 now, ma'am.
Sorry. So it will be taken one. Thank you, Kanishka, for that. So whatever it is, the methodology is cleared. It's just a solving mistake. So it is coming 1. So put a 1. What I will get then? Minus y, minus 3 plus y. So it is minus 3 plus 1. Just check out with this method, anyone? It's minus 2. So with this method also same is coming. Minus 2x and y1. Okay, with this method same is coming. Okay, that you can try in a break or later. Na? Okay, fine. Then both the methods are clear. Now this is up to your level of remembrance that in 2026 of your JEE you are remembering this point of intersection formula or not. If you are not remembering, simply solve the curve and go ahead. It will take 2 minutes more for you, but ultimately that things are same. The student which knows more number of formulas in mathematics minimizes his or her time in the solving part. Clear? Okay. So next is distance of points from the line. Now what is the structure of this kind? First thing, understand if P is any point which is not on that line L. Got it? Don't take this P on that line only, which is completely outside, and P is having x1, y1, and the equation of line is ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Then what is done for the distance between them? This is the distance between them. D, small d is equal to mod of ax1, x is replaced with x1, y is replaced with y1, and then taken calculation. Clear? Okay. So find the distance. Quickly solve this one. I am taking a CBSE level small problems for this purpose every. Okay. So find the distance between line 2x minus y plus 3 is equal to 0 and point minus 1, 2. Tell me distance. Got the same? Okay, 1 by root 5 units. So this is how, means straight line, how simple it is for CBSE platform. Just understand. You have to remember formula, put the values, get the answer. Clear? But that is not that much easy for the JEE format. If these all formulas are mixed in a one question only, that will be a really next level task for you guys. Okay. So this one is about distance of point from line. Now distance between the two parallel lines. Now just understand this structure first. In the JEE, you have to understand that the lines are parallel directly with the equation. Means no one is going to tell you this thing in the question for JEE. These two lines are parallel. How you will go? You are going to observe these lines with the coefficients. If I have a line of kind 3x plus 2y minus 6 is equal to 0 and 3x plus 2y plus 4 is equal to 0, I'll directly conclude that these are parallel lines. Why? Just because I have x term same, y term same, there is a change in the c only. So here a1x plus b1y plus c1, a1x plus b1y plus c2 are said as a parallel lines directly. This kind of line. Clear? Highlight this pattern because in JEE it is not mentioned, nowhere mentioned in the question that they are parallel lines. But with the equation of line, you are supposed to observe and conclude that they are parallel lines. Clear? Now, then what will be the distance? Simply C1 minus C2 upon root of A square minus B square. Clear? If I have a two parallel lines, then this distance is D. Clear? No doubt? Okay. Should I proceed? Now, after this, there are lots of results produced. This is an optional thing to remember, but if you could remember, it will be helpful for you. The length of perpendicular from origin on the line x plus by plus c is equal to 0 is directly equal with mod of c upon root of a square plus b square. Means distance of line from origin. Clear? Distance of line from origin, obviously coordinates are 0, 0. That's why it remains mod of c upon root of a square plus b square. If length of perpendicular drawn from origin on the line of intercept form. Now this is of intercept form. X by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Now how this lines looks? Do you know how this lines looks? If my x-axis, y-axis, then these lines are looks like this. This is a intercept of x and this is a b intercept of y. So it will be having a coordinates a0, it will be having a coordinate 0b, and they are telling us that the length of perpendicular drawn from the origin to the line, means from origin, if I could drop a line over here, 1 minute, obviously this is a perpendicular, okay, and this red color distance is clear. Imagine this red color distance is p, so it is 1 by p square is equal to 1 by a square plus 1 by b square. And the equation of line which makes a triangle of centroid x1 y1 with the coordinate axis is x upon 3 x1 plus y upon 3 y1 is equal to 1. Now I can make you understand the geometry of centroid only. What is the centroid? In the last lecture only I have explained. What is the centroid? A centroid is a point of intersection of medians. Means what? If I take a median of this side, if I take median of this side, and if I take median of this side, means they are dividing them in a equal parts. Okay, so this is a centroid. So we can't imagine now a line passing through the centroid. Equation is given x upon 3x1 plus y upon 3y1 is equal to 1, and centroid coordinates are x1, y1. So how to find out centroid coordinates? That we know better. If the coordinates of these are AB, if the coordinates of these are PQ, and if the coordinates of these are RS, then the centroid coordinates are x1 is equal to A plus P plus R upon 3, and y1 is equal to B plus D plus S upon 3. Clear? So x1, y1 is like this. After finding the coordinates of central, you can find out that equation of line. Okay? These are completely optional formulas for you. Okay? Now, up to this theory is cleared. Okay? Next part. Position of 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2. Now they are any random points and maybe at any certain distance from the line L1. So how this position thinks, we can say that let the position, let the equation of line be ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, and 2 points are x1, y1, x2, y2. Clear? This must be y1. Okay, x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, then lie on the same side of line. How we can conclude? If this kind of solving is positive. Okay, ax1 plus by1 plus c upon ax2 plus by2 plus c, this ratio is positive, lies on opposite of each other. That is, this is a figure of case 2. Getting this is, first one is of case 1. This is the imagination of case 2. Okay, what it will be? Opposite sides of the lines. Okay, and if origin lie on the line is known as on origin side. Clear? Okay, so that is not a big deal. Third one is not useful case, but these two are cleared, positive and negative. Now, so important part. Angle bisector. What is the angle bisector? You can unmute or type your answer. Typing is quite difficult. Just unmute and tell me what is the angle bisector. If this is my L1, this is my L2. They are straight lines only. Clear? So, a line which is dividing these angles into the equal parts means this, what is that? Take a shape. So this is known as angle bisector, and equation of angle bisector is given by. Clear? Now, okay, so two equal parts, not only in two parts, Anil Dev, it's two equal parts. Okay, the equation of bisectors of angle between the lines a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0 is given by a1x plus b1y plus c1. Now one time you are supposed to take it plus, one time you are supposed to take it minus. See how it will work. This is the line a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, and this is line a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So same line is going to bisect them either in plus or minus. So it is reflecting in dual nature. Getting my point? If this is angle bisector, then this is also. So two equations are received. Clear? Why two equations? We have a clearly two angle bisector for any two lines intersection. Okay. This is not nowhere a quadrant system. Don't imagine like quadrant system. Here we are getting the angle bisector L1 and L2. Now it will be imagined clearly. Clear? Okay. So L1 and L2 dotted lines are angle bisectors. So two equations are there for angle bisectors. Okay. Clear? Now equations of internal and external angle bisectors between two lines. If A1 A2 plus B1 B2 is greater than 0, then the bisector positive for positive sign gives the obtuse angle bisector. Now positive sign means what? You are supposed to equate this with the two signs, positive as well as negative. Getting clear? So when we compare with only plus signs, compare with only plus sign and this result is observed, then it is obtuse, and for negative signs gives acute angle bisectors. Okay, clear? And similarly opposite, vice versa. Okay, so that much not important, but this slide is very important. This formula is very important. Okay, now next important concept, foot of perpendicular. Okay, who will define the foot of perpendicular? Observe this slide and tell me. Now your English is also good. What do you understand from this geometry? No one? Anil Dev will not answer for this now. He is taking lots of efforts for typing, but you are not taking the efforts of talking. Pranav, Kanishka, Netra. Is it like anywhere written that 2 hours I have to talk continuously and students have to stay silent? You know better English than me, maybe. So you can understand what is the foot of perpendicular. PM is a perpendicular. So M is the foot of perpendicular. So now my question is, if M is a foot of perpendicular, then it is a straight line. Means if it is lying on AB. So AM and BM is a foot of perpendicular, or M is a point foot of perpendicular. Means foot of perpendicular equation received in terms of point or in terms of line. Got my question clearly? If this is a AB line, then foot of perpendicular is a kind of line equation. AM is equal to BM, or it is a coordinates of M only. And for this purpose, you need to check out the equation of or formula, what that formula will lead to you. So always remember M is a point only. Clear? Foot of perpendicular are the calculations of point only. Don't take it as an length or line. Okay? Clear? Simple thing. All these things are known, so we are getting constant over here. Okay? So what you will do? X minus x1 upon a is compared with that constant. Ultimately, constant value. Ultimately, it will produce the value of x. Similarly, y minus y1 upon b is compared with that constant value, and it will be leading with the y coordinate. So, M is taken as an point xy. Clear? Pranav, clear? Kanishka, Netra, Anil Dev, clear to you? Okay. Foot of perpendicular. Okay. Now, image of any point with respect to a line. Now, image problems works over the reflections also. Okay. So, reflection is producing image. Can anyone answer me? How the reflection, if the question is like a water surface is there, array incident and reflects. So it is not physics. Now tell me, is it a reflection? Is it an image kind of question or not? Is it a image kind of question or not? there is a water surface ray is incident with the line equation 3x minus 4y plus 2 is equal to 0. What will be the reflection? So it is a reflection. Clear? There is a lots of difference between reflection and understand the wordings. If there is a reflection, they are lying in a half quadrant only. Clear? If there is an image, they are lying in the completely opposite quadrant. Clear? So we are talking about the image. Okay. And this one is image. So see, the image of point x1, y1 with respect to a mirror ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, b qxy is given by x minus x1 means what? These sides are same. See, for foot of perpendicular or the image question, these sides are simple, that much. Just the RHS comparing with the RHS, this constant is different. Clear? It will lead to the different type of constant only. Clear? Okay. So it will be same like a foot of perpendicular, just the constants are different. Okay. Now, last and most important part of the family of lines. I'll cover this one first. Then we'll tell you what is the most extreme important things to remember. Okay. So, family of lines. Now these questions are need to be solved only. If we see, if I take a point, number of lines are passing through that point. Yes or no? So that all are known as a family of lines. Clear? Okay. So if a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x b2y plus c2 is equal to 0 are not two non-parallel lines, then there are number of lines passing through the point of intersection of them that are represented by a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal plus lambda times of a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. You need to take this equation for calculation and proceed. Whenever there is a family of lines related question, either it is related, it is mentioned as per the family of lines passing through the point or the all lines passing through the points. Both will meant with the same meaning. Clear? Okay. So this one will be the equation for take it solving. Clear? Clear? So here we are done about the straight line chapter. What is there in straight line? Slope, various forms of equations, condition of congruency, okay, or coincidence lines condition, that is the same. The next one is angle between the lines. The next one is parallel and perpendicular lines condition in detail, okay. The next one is foot of perpendicular, angle bisector equation, then last one is family of lines. Clear? And remaining all things are related with the, so see, I will cover up over here. What is important in today's session? Remember this formula, extremely important. Angle between the two lines, distance of point from a line, distance between the parallel lines. Okay, now position x1, y1, x2, y2 is less important. External and internal angle bisectors, only one angle bisector equation only important. Got it? Equation only is important. External internal condition, if you didn't remember, then also fine. Foot of perpendicular is important, image is less important, and family lines is important. Clear? Okay, so these are your CBSE content as well. Clear? Okay, and in details we have taken many things for the JEE. Okay, so we'll take a solving part after 10 minutes. But why I'm telling you about the 10 minutes? Revise the all types of equations of line very clearly. Don't take your break today. Use 2 minutes only from the break. But unless and until you will not revise the previous session J1, it is difficult to understand J2. Clear? Otherwise you will not get the what that kind of line, where it comes. So it will be like a useless session for solving. Okay, so take a 5 minutes break. We'll take a 5 minutes only because we have to solve a number of problems, but in that just try to revise some formulas. Okay, thank you. We'll take a break. It's not ended. Okay. Don't go out of the session. Okay, fine. Hello everyone, let's get back to the solving part. Kanishka, Mitra, Anil Dev, Pranav, you are there in class? Should I start? Okay. Now, we'll start with the easy level now. Let L denotes JEE Mains 2020 question. Let L denotes the line in the XY plane with the X and Y intercept and 1. Who will tell me the notation if I consider the word intercept? Just a word intercept is making me understand the equation of intercepts in the form x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Isn't it? Okay. So here given data is clearly x-intercept is equal to a is equal to 3 and y-intercept is equal to b is equal to 1. Clear? Okay. Then the image of point x1, y1, let's take it. Minus 1, 4. Okay. And what is ask? QXY is asked. A very straightforward question is asked in a JEE Mains 2020 before, and how simple the question is. We know the formula of image directly. Clear? Okay. So you all are able to substitute and take the calculations. I'll just take you on the slide. See, this is the image of a point with respect to point. Okay. So I'll put formula for your reference over here. Try this one and tell me the answer. 1 minute. Now, there is one more thing to keep in your mind, that line is given in a slope intercept form. So equation of line is in this format. Therefore, equation of line is, I'll take on another slide only. Equation of line in slope intercept form. What is the equation of line? X by a plus y by b is equal to 1. And you need to solve ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. Clear? Do this one and tell me equation of line first. Then compare AB. This AB and this AB. So I'll just remember this as A dash and B dash. Otherwise you will get the confused in the things. We have actually formula in the A and B notation only. So let's take it A dash and B dash. Okay, tell me the value of equation or equation of line. Tell me first. Good. So here A is equal to 1, B is equal to 3 and C is equal to minus 3. Okay. Now put this and tell me the answer of image. Minus 1 minus 4. Minus 1 minus 4 is the given point. Everyone got the same coordinates? Yes, Anil Dev, very good. So 11 by 5 and 28 by 5 are the correct answers. Clear? How to use image formula is clear? So here 11 by 5, 28 by 5. Option A is correct. Clear? Straightforward questions also asked in the JEE. So don't be always low confident on the things that if I don't know the how to use one chapter in another, I'll not get the JEE questions. It is not like that. Okay. So this is a straightforward question. Now, next one. Slope of the line passing through the point P to 3 and intersecting the line x plus y is equal to 7 at a distance of 4 units from the P is. Okay, now here you need to draw the geometry properly. Okay, now first we can do that. We have a point 2, 3. So if I consider any random line, I'll take the random line which passes through the point 2, 3. Now rough charts in the coordinate geometry or straight line are really necessary while solving the question. So this is a straight line passing through the point 2, 3. So we have a 1 point on this straight line as 2, 3. Okay, clear? Next, intersecting the line x plus y is equal to 7. Intersecting the line, so I'll draw the another line. Okay, and this line equation is given x plus y is equal to 7. Okay, at a distance of 4 units from the P. Okay, so this distance is given as 4 units. Okay, now what is asked? Slope of the line passing through 3. So if I consider this line equation as y is equal to mx plus c, this m is asked. Clear question? Question is cleared with the diagram. Who will tell me the methodology, what can be done? Now see, you are there for JEE Mains 2019 paper. And what you will do for this? What you will do? Any one of you will get the process of solving. I'll make your task simple now. Here I am constructing one geometry. If I could draw this perpendicular. Now any one of you. Is we are able to get the distance because we know line, we know point. Is we are able to get the distance d? Is we are able to get the distance between d? And then by using the angle between the two lines formula theta, we are able to get the m. Yes or no? Okay. So first take the distance d from the line. Okay. So calculate distance d. Calculate this one and tell me answer. Now you know the formula distance. Done with the distance? Is it that much difficult? Coordinates of P are 2, 3 and line is x plus y is equal to 7. You don't know formula. How many of you are waiting for formula? Ax1 plus by1 plus c1 is equal to root of a square plus b square. What is the distance? Mod of ax plus x1 plus by1 plus c upon root of a square plus b. Got it? Root 2 units. Everybody. See, it is no more than a. If I explain the methodology, it's a root 2 units only. Everyone is getting. Anil Dev, please reply. Kanishka, Netra, even Pranav, if you are there. We have to proceed with the next part also. Okay. Now see, imagine this triangle. I'm drawing over here. A triangle Q R and this. Imagine this triangle. Okay. What are the things we know about this triangle? This point of intersection. First thing, this one is PR and this one is Q. Okay. As we know the distance PQ. Yes, it is 4 units. Right? And what is the distance D we got? Root 2 units. Okay. So how we can find out the distance QR? What will be the answer for QR? Now you'll ask me that, ma'am, what is that QR leads with? doesn't matter. That distance QR is helpful in finding theta. Clear? Okay. So how we are getting QR with the tan value? Yes or no? QR is representing the tan of theta. Got it? Clear? So if we see the geometry tan theta, what is the tan value? Opposite upon adjacent. Okay. So it is nothing but root 2 upon QR. Okay. So hence the QR is important. Clear? So in triangle PQR, what is our hypotenuse? PQ square is equal to QR square plus D square. Therefore, QR is equal to square root of 16 minus D square. So it is square root of 16 minus 2. So it is square root of 14. Okay, clear? QR is clear. Therefore, tan theta is equal to how much? Tan theta is equal to how much? Root of 2 by 14. It is nothing but root of 1 by 7. Clear? Clear? Okay. Now, in terms of straight line, what is the tan theta representing? Angle between two lines, which is nothing but mod of m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 into m2 is equal to 1 by root 7. Clear? Okay, so we got this one. Up to this is clear? Okay. Now, what is my m1 or m2? Just take it m2. What is my m2? Slope of this line. This line is giving me a slope comparing with y is equal to mx plus c, or you can consider that slope of this line is equal to m is equal to minus a by b, which is equal with 1. Yes or no? So we have m2 is equal to, m2 is equal to, m2 is equal to 1. Let m1 is equal to m only to avoid the confusion. Okay. So therefore m minus 1 upon 1 plus m is equal to 1 by root 7. Clear? Okay. Now you are able to understand and solve it for the slope value. We have only two options which hold root 7, B or C. So you have to just conclude me in the answer B or C. Clear? Solve and tell me answer. Let's check slopes once again. Minus y is equal to minus 1. It is coming. Minus of minus x. So it is coming a minus 1. So minus 1 is slope. So it will be plus. Clear? So just a correction over here. Okay, solve and tell me answer for m. Done? You are getting same? Now, whenever you are comparing with the modulus, one more technique, just try to take it with the positive value. If that was not found in the options, then take it with the negative value. Get it? Clear? No one of you asked me that, ma'am, out of mod, we are taking only plus 1 by root 7. Why isn't like minus 1 by root 7? So, first always try you are solving with the plus value. Then, if it is not there in the option, then try with the negative value. Clear? Okay, because it's a modulus. We are opening modulus basically. Now, next question. The equation of one of the straight line which passes through the point 1, 3 and makes angles of tan inverse root 2 with the straight line y plus 1 is equal to 3 root 2 x is. Now, see what is the question. We have a one straight line already with the equation y plus 1 is equal to 3 root 2 x. So this is giving me a direct value of m1 3 root 2. Okay, clear? Another thing is that another straight line which passes through this straight line. Okay, that equation is asked. This is our equation ask line L. Clear? Ask equation is of line L. And one more thing is given that the angle between them is tan inverse of root 2. A easy question, no? Okay. So we have directly value of tan theta. Okay. So you are able to solve. Got it? Clear? Try to solve. So see, tan inverse theta is given as tan inverse of root 2. So basically tan theta is equal with root 2. So basically one slope that is m2 is equal to root 2 is given us. m1 we are knowing that 3 root 2. So what is the equation of this kind of straight lines? Understand y is equal to m1 plus m2x. This is a one straight line and another is y is equal to clear? Okay. And then I'll tell you the quick solution of this, how we are going to solve this pattern very easily. You can use these two types of equation for solving. Tell me answer now. combined slope is m1 plus m2 or m1 minus m2, as we know the angle between them. This is a reversible question actually. When you are already knowing the angle between them, you can use this type of equations. Okay. So y minus y1 is equal to m1 plus m2 times of x minus x1. This is ultimately producing a slope only. And m1 minus m2 times of x minus x1. Now we have m1, m2, x1, y1. So you can use and tell me the equation. X1 is 1, y1 is 3. If this is not a better way to work, just see this one. Another easy methodology to solve. We know tan theta value. Tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 into m2. Just work with this one. This one will be helpful for you. Okay. So tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2 upon 1 plus m1 into m2. So put the value of m1 as, now tan theta is root 2. So consider this one. We have only one slope with us if we go with this methodology. So tan theta is directly compared with the root 2 value. And we have m2 is equal to and m1 is equal to, let us assume m value. Now you are able to get the value. Root 2 is equal to m minus 3 root 2 upon 1 plus m into or 3 root 2 m. Take one time positive, one time negative. Now you will able to get the slope. Okay. Take a positive and take a negative solution of this. Then you will get the two slopes. Both the equations clear? Solve and tell me which option is just fit in our solution. These are the two equations. Which option you are getting? Now see, I'll tell you the hack for this one because we are left with a very less time. After solving this equation, you will lead with the option A. But now, irrespective of this, whenever there is a straight line passing through equation finding question. Everyone, your attention on this hack first. Whenever there is a straight line passing through the point equation pattern, just put this a point in all options where it satisfies, you will get the answer. If I put, instead of doing this many things, if I put x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3 and this equation is balanced, then automatically that will be a correct option only. Clear? Now 5 root 2 x plus 4y is not balancing this case. So just A option is balancing. 4 root 2 cancel with minus 4 root 2. 15y is cancelled with minus 15. So it will be ultimately 0. How simple it is. Still I work over the method because to make you understand the methodology. But actual hack, whenever there is an equation of straight line finding question in JEE, you have to put that point. You are supposed to put that point in the given line. If any two options are giving you the similar situation, then and then only solve for the problem. Clear? Sometimes they designs options like that. Two options are giving a same solution that is satisfying the case. Okay. But if it is satisfied by only one option, then it will be ultimately correct. Hack is cleared. Shortcut is cleared. But still it will be not work many times also because they are just designing option in that kind that so that you will not use this shortcut. Okay. So put the value so you can write down our trick. I am just mentioning for your studies. Put x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3 in options. Okay, clear? Now, if the line L1 is equal to 3y minus 2x is equal to 3, is the angular bisector of the lines L2 is equal to x minus y plus 1 is equal to 0 and L3 alpha x plus beta y plus 17 is equal to 0, then the value of alpha square plus beta square minus alpha minus beta is equal to. So angular bisector. This is my L1. This is my L2. Okay. So this is my L1. So L1 is angular bisector and L2 and L3. Okay. Clear? So do this one. If I solve just this brown color line and L1, L2 line, we can able to find out the point of intersection. Yes or no? This point of intersection P is able to find out by solving L1 and L2. Okay, so your first step of solution is find the point of intersection. Find a point of intersection of L1 and L2. Clear? Okay, find out. How you are going to find out point of intersection with that complicated formula or else by solving these two equations. Okay, so quickly solve these two equations and tell me a point of intersection. Done or not, just solve two equations. 3y minus 2x is equal to 3 and x minus y is equal to plus 1 is equal to 0. So implies that y is equal to x plus 1. So I put here 3 into x plus 1 minus 2x is equal to 3. Okay, we got the equation. Point of intersection P is equal to P is equivalent with 0, 1. Got it? Clear? Now, we know that P is lying on L3 also. P is the same point which lies on L3. Okay. So what we can do that put the point P in equation of L3. Either we will get one value. Okay. So what will be the next step of calculation? Therefore, what is a possible situation? Alpha x. So alpha into 0 is 0 plus beta into y. So beta plus 17 is equal to 0. So clear? Beta is equal to minus 17. Okay. Now, next thing, just see. You can consider any random point from this on this angle bisector, which is exactly similar distance on the both side. This D is always equal. Okay. So you can consider any random point from the line on the line L2. Okay. So if I put y is equal to 0, what will be the answer of x? 3 by 2. So we can put 3 by 2 0 point. Okay, if I put y is equal to 0, getting of any 1.0 is more easy, no? So it is minus 3 by 2. Consider Oh, you are done with the answer. Consider any random point. You are so talented. Consider any random point on L1. Let minus 3 by 2 0. Okay. Therefore, distance of equivalent to Q. So distance of Q from L2 is equal to distance from of Q from L1. Just take this equality, you will get the alpha value. Clear? What alpha value you got? Alpha is equal to 7. Very good. So alpha is equal to 7 got by the 348 is the correct answer. Alpha is equal to 7 is absolutely correct answer. But now we have two more candidates, so I have to give time to them also. So calculate distance of Q from L2 and Q from L1. So Q from L2 is x minus y plus 1. So it is minus 3 by 2 mod of minus y 0 x minus y plus 1 square plus y square. So it is 1 square plus 1 square is equal to alpha x square. So it is 9 by 4 alpha plus beta 17. So it is beta is 17. So plus 17. So this is leading with alpha is equal to 7. Calculate it later on. Just have a look here now. Now put the value of beta as minus 17 in this identity and alpha as 7. You get the answer 349.48, right? So it's a correct answer. Very good. So try it later on. Okay. 348 is correct answer. Just the solving part is remain and where you will get the alpha value is equal to 7. Clear? Okay. Once you got alpha is equal to 7, we have a alpha, we have a beta, just this identity is calculated. Okay. So this is a numerical value type of questions and JEE Mains 2023. Anil Dev, just understand you solved now only JEE Mains 2023 question. Okay. This is the recent question. Now, let's discuss the methodology of last lecture. This you will attempt now. See, let the equations of two adjacent sides of parallelogram, okay, is the ABCD will be 2x minus 3y. So if I take a parallelogram, it is okay these two sides, and I'm writing another. I'm just drawing another two sides because we know that the opposite sides are equal, right? No, okay. So the equation of AB equation is given 2x minus 3y is equal to minus 23. BC equation is given 5x plus 4y is equal to 23. Okay, if the equation of one of its diagonal AC is also given, good part. In the JEE 2023, this question is asked. So AC is 3x plus 4y, sorry 7y is equal to 23. All are 23. Okay, the distance of A from the other diagonal D. Okay, so distance of A from the other diagonal. Now first I will draw the other diagonal. This one is the other diagonal is BD, and what is the distance D? Only this much is the distance D. Okay, and then this 50D square is asked. Clear? Okay, now how will solve? First is AC equation and AB equation. What we will get? Point of intersection A. Okay, if we solve AC equation and BC equation, what will get? Point of intersection C. Okay, then I'm just explaining the methodology. After getting point, you know that midpoints, the diagonals of the parallelogram are intersects in midpoint and having an equal length, right? No, so we know that this distance. So I know I can produce the equation, then form the equation of line AC in the slope point form. We have both the points with our slope. We can get easily by y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, so equation of AC and BD are equal. Okay, which is same as equation of line. And then finally find out distance of D is equal to distance of point A from BD. Clear? This is nothing but a small d and then 50D square. Clear? Okay, these 4 steps are necessary for this question. So this you can try out just, and self practice questions are included in that. So summary, we are already done with the summary part, but still I'll again revise. The star marks are really important. Angle between two lines, distance of a point from line, distance between two parallel lines, then angle bisector equations only of point of intersection, foot of perpendicular and family of lines. Okay.